This past now, this video is gonna sound like I'm hating, because I kind of am, a little bit, a lot. First of all, D.Va got nerfed. I am so excited. First of all, this past week, I've actually been working on a video about D.Va, specifically talking about why I feel like she should be nerfed, right? I feel like she's been a little bit too strong. She can dive literally anyone. She can hold a choke. Defense Matrix gets rid of any projectile in the game. She can burst anybody down. She can 1v1 a Zarya, which is her direct counter, unless Zarya has 100 charge, and even then, depending on how many micro missiles she gets hit, whatever. She can honestly take out a Reaper, if really being perfectly honest. You know, just Defense Matrix some hits, whatever, chase him down, different stuff. She can chase down Sniper. Like, she was able to do way too much, in my opinion. It's going to sound like I'm hating. I'm not a big D.Va fan. I used to be, but then they buffed her damage, and that just kind of ruined it for me. But D.Va got nerfed today, guys. And, of course, we're going to talk about some other, stuff on the PTR that's out there now. But that's the main thing I want to talk about, because I already had so much D.Va stuff I already wanted to say, because I was already preparing a video for her, right? So what they did, very simple nerf, I'm sorry. The micro missiles, they do 6 damage each, right? There's a ton of them, which is why how it, and then she can also flank at you the exact same time. That's how it turns into this whole burst combo thing. But it's 6 damage each, and they put it down to 4, right? And so you're like, okay, that's not that big of a deal. Actually, on paper, on paper, the mathematics kind of come out into being 22% less damage, right? They want to keep D.Va around for where she is, what she's supposed to do, but they wanted to kind of, decrease her burst a little bit, which I am totally for. I don't love D.Va right now. I'm perfectly honest with you. You guys know me. I don't really hide my disdain for characters or my liking for other characters or whatever. I don't love D.Va right now. Should she suck? No. Should she be completely nerfed into the ground? No, not at all. The girl's useful, and she needs to be, right? She needs to be useful, she needs to be viable, she needs to be whatever, or dive doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? So D.Va needs to be good, she needs to hold her own. But she was absolutely dominating. Like, there would be so many times where we would be losing a game, and I'll, in my group, whoever I'm playing with, dude, just go D.Va. But no, D.Va. And then we'd win, literally. It's just having D.Va on the map, just the fact that she does so much damage, she can hold down a choke, she has the best vertical and horizontal mobility in the game. You're like, oh, what about Pharah? Oh, yeah, Pharah has amazing vertical mobility, but D.Va can chase her out of the sky. And on top of that, once again, horizontal mobility. Oh, you're talking about Tracer. She can chase the Tracer down too. So D.Va was all around a great character, right? You got to bring her back a little bit somewhere, and they chose to do damage. Now, that's cool with me. I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't think this nerf is too much. I didn't want her to get nerfed too much. I know it probably sounds weird out of all the the shade I'm throwing at D.Va right now. I know it does. I didn't want her to get nerfed too much because she's a viable character in the game. She needs to be, because then dive comp won't work. And the beauty of Overwatch right now, in today's game, a bunch of different comps can work. That's the whole point, right? So nerfing somebody into the ground to making them not usable anymore is not something I want to see. So I'm glad they did the nerf, but I'm glad it also still worked out for D.Va. We're gonna see how she performs, obviously, whatever. This is all in the PTR right now. Now for Zenyatta, he got a little bit of a nerf as well, which I understand. When he charges up his shots for his alternate fire, they're like 5 shots in a row, burst down, whatever thing. Now what's going to happen is that the orbs after that burst travel a little slower. So if somebody's moving, you're gonna have to lead your shots even more. Like it's gonna be a little bit of it's only a 50% change. It's gonna be a little bit of an adjustment, but it's not that big of a deal. Honestly, I think Zenyatta's gonna be fine, really, but we'll look at some before, we'll see. The big changes I want to get to is how Blizzard is trying to predict the meta right now. Okay, it's Reaper and Mei. Moira got a little change here and there, and people got a little change in there, but that's not who I'm not going to focus on them. What I'm going to focus on is the D.Va one, because I already had stuff to talk about her, and Reaper and Mei. Okay, they're anticipating a tank-heavy lineup, because Brigitta's going to be coming out, she's already out, but, coming into competitive Season 10, right? They're predicting people are going to want to run Reinhardt with Brigitta, which makes sense. But, these are the people I play with who've already talked about it. Reinhardt, Zarya, Brigitta is what we're going to be running. because y'all ain't gonna get us off the point. You know what I'm saying? So, but what they're trying to do now is they're trying to anticipate, Blizzard is, by the way, they're trying to anticipate how the meta is going to shift. So now they're buffing the people that can take out Brigitte, right? That's what they're trying to do. So Reaper and Mei. Now, if you guys haven't heard about the buffs to Mei, we're gonna talk about it right here. So she can now freeze multiple people through people, right? So her endothermic blaster, let's say Zenyatta's in the back, right? And like you're creeping up on the Zenyatta as Mei, and Anna's kind of in front of him. You're behind the whole enemy team, right? And you know Anna's in front of him, sniping, trying to heal up their Reinhardt, whatever, right? If you're and Zenyatta sees you, you're dodging and juking the Zenyatta while freezing through him. That Anna's gonna get frozen too, even if you never saw her. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Zenyatta was sitting right in front of you. Even if you never saw her, she's gonna get frozen too. That's a double kill on both the healers when you didn't have to spend as much time as you normally would. That's kind of big, right? Now, the problem this is going to come into play when it comes to what Blizzard's trying to do is they're trying to stop the whole, like, tank meta, right? Mei can't do nothing against barriers. So that's gonna be a little iffy. I think this thing for Mei, it's gonna get a little annoying, honestly. But that's the kind of character Mei is. I mean, no hate on Mei. She's kind of annoying. I'm sorry, but like, but this is gonna be. I feel it's gonna be a little bit. It's gonna get this is gonna be an adjustment because this is really weird. How if you're running, say you know the Brigitte meta comes out and there's a Brigitte, Roadhog, Zarya, and Diva, right? Technically speaking, she can freeze. Oh well, Brigitte's shield's not up. But technically speaking, she can freeze all of them at the same exact time. That's huge, right? But it's also like, okay, I don't know. That one I'm a little shaky about because Mei needs help. She does. She is not where people would like her to be, and she's not as useful as people would like her to be. That's completely understandable. I get that, right? As somebody who I know how useful Mei can be, but it's so small the instances where she's useful that it doesn't really help. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see about that one. I think it's I don't know. I'm gonna think it's I'm gonna see how that works because I think it's a little bit much, but we'll see. The next one we're talking about is Reaper. So Reaper got to change to his Wraith form, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Wraith form, there's a few things. Wraith form now starts up faster, right? So you know times you're like, I pressed the button for Wraith form. I can't tell you how many times I said that, like in rage, you know, like standing up in the middle of my living room. I pressed the button, you know what I'm saying? Like, so Wraith is gonna start up faster. That's one. Two, you're gonna be able to move faster while in Wraith form, right? Now I don't know if you guys didn't know this. I mean, you guys should. There's you obviously when you go into Wraith form, you move a little bit faster, right? Now it's gonna be, I think it's like 25% or 35%, something like that. Now it's gonna be 50%. And on top of that, once again, on top of that buff, there's going to be another buff that says Reaper now can cancel his Wraith form anytime he wants to, right? So now instead of being super predictable, because that's another thing about Reaper, especially with Diva being buffed, was if he ever got in and couldn't kill the person that he wanted to kill in the amount of time that he had, and he Wraith form away, Diva, that was the easiest thing, was chasing down a Reaper who tried to Wraith form, right? Stupid easy, right? So, like, I understand what they're trying to do. This right here seems incredible to me because not only are they being like, no, Reaper has all the he now has outplay potential with his Wraith form, and that is actually really huge because say you're a Reinhardt, right? I got to jump on a Reinhardt as Reaper. I drop down, kind of a little bit of a trade, but he's a little low, right? Instead of me trying to run away or whatever, I now Wraith form, get a few swings, you know, he misses. Now I'm once again way faster. I can appear behind him while he's trying to swing or whatever, and I can cancel the Wraith form when I want to. So then I know what shots, you know, I line up my shots when the Wraith form ends because I cancel it. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that's really big stuff. Reaper's actually going to be a formidable opponent. Not to say he already wasn't. They never changed his damage, but now he has way more control over the things that he does now, which is huge. Now his teleport's still trash. I mean, that's still trash. But now he has more control over his mid fights. The beginning of his fights, what Reaper's supposed to do is supposed to burst you down and like pounce on you with a ton of damage, right? That's what he's supposed to do. Now in the mid fight, when you know if he doesn't get the kill, he basically it's a lot more forgiving. If he doesn't get the kill that he initially wanted to get, now it's like, all right, bet I still have an opportunity to survive. You know what I'm saying? What people were suggesting beforehand, before this buff came out, was you change his lifesteal, right? So, because with the tanks that have armor, Reaper's not getting as much lifesteal against them, so it's harder for him to confirm these kills and stay alive in the fight, which that's understandable. But I like this change, because it doesn't change his damage, it doesn't buff it. Reaper already has crazy damage. It was all about him being able to stay in the fight long enough to do what he wanted to do, and then have some sort of maneuverability off of that. So I'm really excited about these changes. This is a longer video than normal, but I wanted to get you guys out there. I want to get this out there, whatever. You guys enjoyed the video. You guys know what to do. Y'all know how YouTube works. Like and subscribe, all that juicy jazz. If you guys want to watch A Way Out, the new co-op game that just came out recently, about like a couple days ago actually, that it's also on my channel. Check out my channel, kind of stuff like that, my videos or whatever. We did an episode 1 of that last night, so if you want to check that out, please do. It's hilarious. I was drunk. So you guys have a good one. This is Black Aries, and I'm out. Peace.